Cameron from Alt Rock Live, and we're here, Jimmy Needham. Really excited about it. So, Jimmy,
Yes.
wrote about a little bit on your Bible. Would you tell us a little bit, like, where you started out, like around 2005, I know.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about how you started.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of an unusual story. I was in college at the time. The not unusual part is I was studying at college and playing music on the side, coffee shops and bars and places like that. Just the songs that I've been doing for a long time, stuff that I'd written. And the unusual part is my agenda was never to become a recording artist. I was planning on being a history teacher, but the way the Lord would have it, I ended up making an independent CD, putting it online, MySpace, back when MySpace was a place. Basically, I got a phone call from the president of a label in Nashville called Impop Records, and they said, "Hey, we heard your music online. We love what we heard. We want to talk about signing you." So, I was a full-time student. Next thing I know, I had a record deal and was making my first record. So it was pretty surreal. So that was 05, 06, and so now we're here in 11. And it's been a journey.
That's cool, man. That's really great. So your father helped you fund your first album, right?
That's right.
Started off small, man. That's really cool. Just being found on MySpace, kind of the Justin Bieber story.
It's the Justin Bieber story.
That's really cool. This is Justin Bieber Christian music.
I don't have the hat quite yet, but yes.
That's really cool, Jimmy. So I guess you had a humble beginning. How are you okay with? How'd you get yourself through that? Being able to be okay with just kind of like doing what you're doing, and if God takes us somewhere, maybe He does. How are you at peace with that?
Yeah. Well, I guess it's for me, not having the gift in this is I didn't have to kick down any doors, right? It was very much handed to me. So because of that, it's not like this thing that I've spent my whole life trying to get. Now I finally got it, and if I lose it, my life has no meaning. It's much more like, hey, I was singing about Jesus before for small crowds. Now I'm singing about Him for bigger crowds. And if God changes the direction of where I do that, I didn't ask for this in the first place, So it gives me a sense of, I just don't have a whole lot of anxiety about if this goes away, because this was never the thing that defined me, growing up, but who knows? Who knows how long I'll have in this career? But I know that so long as I'm doing what I'm doing on the platform that I'm doing it, I want to do it with integrity. So if I can just maintain that, I'll be happy. So
cool. Now, one of the quotes that I really liked, man, you said Christian music is an interesting paradox. Perhaps because the ambition should be the promotion of Christ, and yet everything in your industry is telling you it's a promotion of self. How do you separate the two, and how do you try to promote your music while at the same time using that to glorify God, or
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that is the tension, isn't it? Particularly in Christian music, when the whole ethic of it is, hey, it's about Jesus, but buy my record. It's about Jesus, but spotlight's on me right now. It's about Jesus, but where's my single on the charts? And you can get caught up in that game, and it can be really exhausting. And I just, I don't know. It's not fair to say, well, you need to have a balance, because I really think the Bible makes it very clear. Hey, this life that you lead now that you've been walking with Christ is a life of self-dying, self-forgetting. It's not a life where you look for ways to put you on a pedestal. And yet, in this industry, you can't help but be on the cover of your own CD. Be the one that people come to see in a show. So really, the tactic for me is just remembering that success for me doesn't equal big concert attendance. It doesn't equal a lot of record sales. Those things come and go. But success is, hey, whether I had a lot of people at the show or a little amount of people at the show, whether I sold a lot of records or a little amount of records, was I faithful to point people to Jesus? Was I faithful to make much of this God who would condescend to give His life to rescue me? Was I faithful to go, hey, it's about Him, it's not about me, I must decrease. And if I can say that, then I'm okay with playing for a room of 100 people. You know, it doesn't have to be thousands. You know, I'm fine either way. So that's kind of how I handle it.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I guess in closing, I really enjoyed your different uses of styles. I mean, some of your influences you said even stretch as far as like different rap, like Linkin Park, Jay-Z. You mentioned in the bio. You mentioned Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, kind of the oldies kind of things too. It's just cool to see you using all different kinds of styles in your stuff. I mean, so like we saw Night Lights and so forth. What's next? And, what are you excited about for the future?
Gosh, man, my last record was kind of my little musical indulgence. I really just said, to heck with the, contemporary Christian music sound. I'm just gonna make soul music and see how it goes. And we had a blast doing it. It was a really fun record to make. And it feels like every season I'm kind of more inclined to a certain style than another one. I wouldn't be surprised if this next record incorporated more of the, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say electronic, but that's too far. What I mean is a bit more produced sound than that real just band in the room funk. I'm feeling like more inclined to. I've loved pop for so long and never really given myself fully over to the pop vibe too. I'd be interested to experiment with this next record in those kinds of sounds as well. So sonically, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
That's cool, man. I think that's really what Christian music needs, is people bringing something new, something different, not just the same one. So really appreciate it, and thanks for this interview, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Good meeting you.
Cool.
Tell me I'm forgiven.